Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of WVAR Briefing. Today we're going to be talking with 2018 Convention Chair Glenna Swiger from Morgantown. She's going to spend a few minutes talking to us about all the exciting things that are going on with convention in conjunction with our 100th year celebration. All right, hey Glenna, thanks for joining us today. I'm glad you could be here to talk about the upcoming convention in Morgantown.
Hi Ray, I'm excited to talk about the convention. We're looking forward to it.
You've been doing this for, what year is this? How many conventions have you chaired?
This is my third convention.
Glutton for punishment.
Yeah,
That's
for
glutton
sure.
for punishment.
Well, somebody seems to always appoint me as opposed to, me volunteering. So
Around that
that's
happens. Tell us a little bit about the schedule, time, dates, location, everything.
Okay. The schedule is September 23rd through the 25th. And it is at the Marriott Waterfront in Morgantown. And we're just excited to get it started.
What about some of the events, the things that are going on?
We'll be at the ballpark on Sunday evening when everybody arrives.
The new baseball.
The baseball park. And then Tuesday, of course, will be education. We'll have Defense in Depth. They're going to talk about realtor safety, which is really important these days. And then we have another party on Monday evening, but it's also connected with the RPAC auction and the trade show. We hope to have 50 to 60 booths, trade show booths, and we're anxious to have them see the trade show because that's really important. That's our sponsors.
Right, and Defense in Depth is going to be there too, right? That's
yes,
one of my personal favorites. As you know,
yeah.
I went there and visited with them and actually signed up. It's a great facility in Morgantown.
Right?
I'd like to see us get something like that down here.
Yeah, the trainers. One of them was in police work. The other was, I think, in Washington D.C. with maybe the security in D.C. And they're anxious to get out to all the realtors. I know it doesn't help in other parts of the state. Maybe they won't be able to come to Defense in Depth, but we're anxious to help them get all the notice that we can give them.
Absolutely, that's probably why it's important to get as many people to come to our convention as possible. Which, by the way, this is also our 100th anniversary for the association.
That's right.
Do you have anything special planned just because it's the 100th anniversary, or?
Well, we're definitely advertising the 100th anniversary. We also want to show the video that was done at Gala. That we'll either do that on at the membership luncheon, or possibly the installation, not sure which. But I think it's important for those that haven't seen that to see over the years. So yes, we are going to advertise. We also have our gifts for the installation. We'll have the 100-year logo on it. Just little things.
The giveaway.
Just giveaways. Sure.
What do you have in terms of? Let's talk a little bit about continuing education. You mentioned that. So that's David Knox, I believe.
David Knox. He's a national speaker, and I don't think he's been to West Virginia. But he's going to talk about pricing your listings right, and then are you the messenger or the negotiator? And that's kind of going back a little bit to the beginning of how we used to do business. Mm-hmm. It doesn't really have a lot to do with technology, but I think if we get back to basics, that's also helpful.
Absolutely. There's no question that real estate has changed diametrically in the last 5 years, and it's still the same. As much as it changes.
It sure has, and it's hard to keep up.
I don't think, at least as long as I've been here, that Mr. Knox has been.
I don't think so.
To West Virginia, but I have seen him do things at national conventions and so forth. So he's been around.
Sure. And if somebody wanted to see a little bit about his video, he did a video for the Morgantown State Convention, and it is on YouTube, West Virginia Realtors.
Okay.
And they can go there to see a little bit about how he teaches, some of the things he talks about.
So it's up on YouTube. They can check it out. We'll download it on our Facebook page as well.
Okay. And it may already be on the West Virginia website too.
Okay. We'll check that and see. What about registration? Is it too late?
Absolutely not. No way.
I know realtors like to wait until the very last minute. So
Always.
how long can they wait until it's too
Well,
late?
we prefer that they not wait any longer. We want them to sign up this month in June because the June, up until June, they can register and attend for $125. July 1, I believe, it goes up to $140, and then September 1, it's up to $165. So they need to save their money and register now. It doesn't hurt anything. Come on, guys. You also need to get your rooms at the waterfront by, I think that's September 5th is the deadline there, and they'll run out of a block of rooms pretty quickly.
Yeah, they always do, and that's
Yes.
what unfortunately we tell people all the time, and they don't pay attention to, and then
Yes.
call us at the last minute. Oh, I need a room, I haven't got one yet.
Right, and they'll be surprised if they've stayed at the waterfront before. They'll see an upgraded, more modern. The rooms are really, really nice. It's going to be a nice place to stay and have the convention.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I've stayed at obviously when it was the Radisson
Sure.
several times, but I haven't been to the new Marriott.
Right, it's completely upgraded.
I'm also excited to let people see the ballpark because I've been to a few games out there and even drug you to a game or two. And
Yes, you did.
I think you said it was like watching paint dry.
I did. I did not really want to go because I didn't think I would enjoy the ball game, but it's more about the experience than it is the game. As far as the game, if you know the players and if you know who's, the teams and everything, that's one thing, but it's about the experience of being at the park. So we get the
so you're going to go on the record and say that it's not like watching paint dry.
that's correct. I'll take that back if you'll let me.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
They have a lot of stuff, and in here too we have the same sort of setup in Charleston, but they make that extra effort to entertain fans so they keep coming back.
And I actually invited a couple of friends to see if they wanted to go to one ball game, or two ball games, whatever. So yeah, you transform my
I'll have
thinking
to
on that.
see if I can't get some commission from the
sure.
ballpark for
sure.
doing that.
We're going to have free reign of the ballpark. It's we're going to have games on the field. I don't know what all they have in mind, but we'll be able to eat. And one thing that we talked about doing was a dunk tank, but we've decided against that because people go kicking and screaming into a dunk tank.
Right.
So we've marked that off. So if you were looking forward to that, well, I guess maybe you can relax now.
I was looking forward to maybe one particular
I know you were
dunk tank
that's
target,
okay.
but since that's not going to happen,
Yeah.
then it's not that big of a deal. So I assume that it's also there's options where if they want to come to the whole convention, or if they just want to register for CE, or just want to come to the Barbara Belcher, who will be installed as the 2019 president at that event. I assume that they can buy pieces of it if they don't want a ticket for the whole.
They can do the education up until the next deadline for $65, same deadlines as the earlier ones I mentioned, and then it goes up from there in the increments of maybe $20 or so. But they can attend the installation, they can do the education, they can even do just the parties or something if they want to.
Okay.
And I don't think I've mentioned the RPAC auction, but the RPAC's going to be on Monday night, and we're working really hard to gather lots and lots of things that people can buy at the auction. And it's not only that, but if you spend a little money at the auction, then that helps us with our participation goals for National Association.
Absolutely. And the most important piece of that, of course, is that those contributions to RPAC help us elect legislators that listen to our needs and support the kinds of things to keep realtors in business. And that's the most important part of
That's
RPAC
right.
auction.
And, a lot of people don't even know what RPAC stands for, but it is the Realtor Political Action Committee. And we probably don't let them know enough how important that is.
Absolutely. What? Just to ask you now, how many conventions do you think you've been to over your career?
Gosh. Ever since I can remember, many years.
So if you had someone that came up to you, one of your agents that's new, been an agent for 6 months or whatever. What would you tell somebody that's never been to one of our state conventions to tell them why they should go?
Okay. First, I might tell them that they owe it to themselves to take a little break after a busy season, and they will meet old friends, gain new friends, have a lot of fun, get their education for the following year, 7 hours of continuing education. And there's just so many things going on that they will be happy to come to next year. This one is a little bit different, again, because of the 100-year anniversary. And then Elizabeth Mendenhall, who is the national president for 2018, probably will spend the biggest part of the convention with us. And we've set aside probably an hour, hour and a half for her. I think it's on Tuesday afternoon to have a round table, so that if anybody wants to know what's going on at National or ask her questions about anything, she'll update everybody at the beginning and then be open for questions. So I think that's pretty special.
Well, it is. I think that's a big deal. I bet we've never had we've had some national presidents once they were past presidents,
Sure.
but I bet we've never had a sitting national president come to a West Virginia convention. So.
To my knowledge, no. And we had immediate past president once in Morgantown, but I'm not aware of any others. And Elizabeth is open. She likes transparency, so I think it would be a good time for the members to be able to meet her and ask questions.
Good. Any final thoughts? Things you want to say?
No, we just want you to register now. Don't worry. It's a lot of fun. We don't really have any dress codes except business casual for your education days. And of course, installation night's going to be black tie and formal or dressier dresses for the ladies. But I think you're missing a lot.
Absolutely.
If you do not attend.
I've never missed one since I've been here.
Well, good for you. I haven't missed one for a long time.
One last question. This doesn't have anything to do with convention. Just
Okay.
put you on the spot. So
All right.
it's coming.
Let's
But
try.
you're 2018 immediate past president of the association. You've been through Leadership Academy and you've worked the chairs and worked your way up. You've served as committee chairs, been on the board of directors for a while now. So if you had it to do all over again, would you do it again?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I probably would have, if things in my life were different maybe, I may have gone into the chairs a little sooner, but everything has its time. And yes, serving the state, as far as I'm concerned, is a passion. I learn more than I give. I take away more than I give. So yes, I would do it again.
And so I'll give you another final thought since
All right.
I threw that out on you. If there's anything else you want to tell
I passed
anybody.
that test though, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But anything else you want to tell anyone about the convention or anything before we finish up?
I don't think so, other than just that the state has come a long way since I started, and there are so many more things that are member-oriented. You know, it's better for the members. They can do many more things. They have access to more education, and I just think that the state has come so far, and it has taken everyone concerned to do that.
Great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks again for joining us with this edition of WVAR Briefing. Remember, try to attend convention. And if you've been to convention before and you're planning on coming, bring somebody new with you that's never been to a convention. It's easy. You can register online at our website or in the latest edition of West Virginia Realtor magazine. All the information and applications are in there. So please join us for this 100th year anniversary in WVAR convention.